Hello and welcome. This is Anubis, also known as Lee. Today I'm going to go ahead and start flavor testing everything that I got in my... It's already open. I apologize. I'm going to close up the flap real quick so I can hold it up properly. This is a ZampleBox here. It's the same one that I just showed a couple days ago. Actually, I had a few people that were messaging me like, "Come on, let's get to these flavors." This is, and they also pointed out to me, I didn't mention this. This is the Big Dripper box from ZampleBox. So all of these juices are higher VG. These are the 80 VG, 20 PG. For what I can tell, they are all in that range, which is what I primarily use. I use drippers, and the Atlantis as well when I'm out on the go. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using the MVP version 2 for this because I find that these bridged atomizers tend not to work very well, at least the ones I've gotten, and in my experience on things with a higher wattage. Flavor doesn't come through very well, and they get really hot even at lower wattages. So I'm going to be doing this around, I think I've got this thing set to 9 watts. I'd have to double check real quick as it rotates all the menus. 9, yeah. Alright, so we're going to start with Galaxy first. I was excited for this one just based on the name. We vaping of Galaxy. I said we're going to do it, folks. So another thing worth noting is all of these, I don't know how normal this is. Again, I'm new to ZampleBox, but everything that I got in mine, the bottles do come with drippers. That's a technical term. That's an industry term for you folks. I don't know if there is one. Call them, I don't want to say eardroppers, or anything like that, which is what I knew them as when I was a young lad. Go ahead and pop a, got some more juice on my drip tip. I'm just going to wipe that off real quick. Okay, so this one is Galaxy. I'll probably have a little bit of jump cuts between these. It does take a few puffs to clear them out, so I'm not going to make you sit through all my puffs. That's not that interesting, I'm sure. Well, it's very sweet. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. I'm sure it's going to be one of these where they're all going to be somewhat subjective. To me, this tastes like, it reminds me of school. We had a lot of teachers that would keep hard candies up on their desk. Heaven only knows what the flavor's supposed to be. It tastes like a cheap wrapped candy. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good flavor. It's very, very sweet, very candy-like. It almost has a hint of fruit, but a generic kind of fruit, almost what you'd expect of a fruit punch kind of flavor. It's good. I'll go ahead and clear this out, and we'll go on to the next one. Okay, we're back. All right, so I got that one cleared out. Go ahead on to the next one. Actually, let me real quick. I'll grab my ZampleBox and I'll just kind of put them back away as I get finished with them. So again, that was the Asteroid Vapors Galaxy that we just tried. Next one is going to be Clouds over Seattle. Okay, and this is the U-Pick. Alright, not a big fan of that name. A little shake here. Just enough in there to wet that wick. I think this actually has a stainless steel mesh for a wick in there, which is kind of nice. Okay, yeah, I got it in there. All right. Okay, that one actually, that had one of the more subtle smells to it. But surprisingly, the flavor's pretty pronounced. It's definitely fruit of some kind. It's like fresh fruit. It's not very sugary. I mean, there's some sweetness to it, but it really tastes more like I'm eating. I'm trying to place what it is, but I think I understand the name a little bit more. I think it really is one of those you pick. To me, it definitely tastes like a fresh cut fruit of some kind. Um, I don't want to say kiwi necessarily. It does taste a little bit like kiwi, but that one's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to put that one in one of my drippers and just sit there and drip on it all day and see what I come up with. I hate it when I come up with something that's so subjective like that, but it's definitely a fruit. It's definitely like a fresh fruit, but I don't know what it is. All right, I'll go ahead and clear this one out. We'll go on to the next one, but that one's good. If you like fruity flavors, I would definitely go with that one. You Pick It is pretty nice, and with it being more subtle and less of a sugary, artificially flavored one, definitely, it's definitely nicer. It's got a fresher feel to it, being that it tastes more like a fresh fruit. Let me go ahead and clear this bad boy out. All right, that one's cleared out. Okay, on to the next one. Let me put that back in the box. And let's go with another of the asteroid vapors. This one's the Gravity. Remember that one smelled? Yeah, that one smells good. Bubblegummy kind of smell to it. This one, I have a box I keep down in my drawer. You probably can't see me right now. I apologize for that. But some of my favorite flavors I like to throw down there. There was a Zeus Juice E-Fruit that I really liked. I tried a while back, and it smells a lot like that. I didn't knock anything down in the drawer. I bet I did. Pull my drip tip off here. Let's give this one a go. And I'm just doing 3 drops of all of these. I could go a little bit less because I know I'm going to be clearing these out pretty quick. Well, actually, you're not seeing it. I'm going to be cutting it off. I am sitting here and kind of enjoying puffing on them a little bit between each one. But I find if I go anything really less than 2 with these bridge atomizers, like I can sit here and I can tip it and shake it and do it all I want, but it doesn't really get saturated well enough. I end up tasting the stainless steel mesh and the coil more than I do the juice, and that's never good. So here we go. Definitely got a stronger flavor than I was expecting. It is somewhat bubblegummy, almost like juicy fruit a little bit. It's not quite juicy fruit. It's got that. It's definitely got the after flavor of it. Very candy-like, not super sweet, but a candy-like artificial flavoring to it. It's got a fruit-like flavor, but again, it's an artificial one, so it's hard to really specify it as a specific fruit. Not as fruity as the first one I tried there, which was Galaxy. Definitely more of the sweet candy flavor to it. I would, of all things, I would say it most closely to me resembles juicy fruit, but with a little bit more of a pungent odor and flavor to it. I don't know that I'd put that on my top ones. I'm willing to bet it'll probably be on a regular dripper. That'd probably be really good with the wetness that would be associated with that. But so far, I don't know that I would place that on my favorites. Hard to tell until I really get some of these onto the good drippers. Let me go ahead and clear this bad boy out. All right, that one's all cleared out. Gotta put that bad boy. That's my purple potion. I'll save Purple Potion for last. That one is actually in one of my proper drippers. So now we're going to be doing the Alpha Hoops. Something probably worth noting, probably should have said it more towards the beginning. I'm not as worried about the steeping time. Let me start there. As this has obviously gone through a shipping process going to ZampleBox, which don't make their own juices. They get theirs from different companies, obviously, so they're not Alpha, they aren't Clouds Over Seattle, things like that. So I know there's already been some travel time involved getting to them and then getting to me. So not as worried about steep times. I did let all of mine breathe for a short time. Um, Breathing times are very subjective. Everybody's got their own thing, and everybody seems to have different definitions of steeping and breathing, and most of them associate them the same. I find breathing is kind of a double-edged sword. It can really help bring out the flavors at the same time. You can really kill your flavor if you do it for very long. I tend to only breathe my juices for about 20 minutes at a time. And sorry, I keep looking at my juices. I'm looking at what else I'm going to be trying. I apologize. I tend to only breathe mine for about 20 minutes at a time, and then I will go down for, after I've closed them back up, let them set for a while. I'll bring them back out later on, give them a smell. They still smell kind of chemically, which is one of the big things I find breathing helps with. Sometimes your juices can taste a bit like chemicals. If they still smell like that, if they're still very pungent, I might set them out for another 20 minutes and go from there as needed. Most of the time, a lot of the good juice manufacturers don't need breathe at all. If you can avoid it, personally, I say let them steep. Take longer on steeping times. Try to avoid breathing. I would avoid breathing more than I would steeping. Just throwing that out there. But who the hell am I? I'm just some guy on the fucking YouTubes. Alright, so this was Hoops. By the way, the same gurgles like a motherfucker. I apologize. Very, very sugary. So far, I'm finding a lot of these have a lot of sugar to them. I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna have to do this with all of them again. Subjective. Um, they're sweet. They remind me almost like a Pez, or like if you ever had them, the candy jewelry when you were younger. For whatever reason, you happen to maybe hang out with girls and you might have stolen them from them once in a while, and then when nobody was looking, asked your mom to buy them for you. They definitely had that kind of very generic, just a sweet candy. There's no fruit flavor to this one that I can detect. It literally just tastes like a candy. It's the best thing. And actually, Hoops, that almost might be what they were going for, was like the candy jewelry or something like that. I don't know what else to associate with it. It's definitely a candy flavor, without anything other than just being sweet. Not necessarily a bad thing. Not what I usually go for, but it should be fun nonetheless. And I have a few people I can loan that out to that I'm sure will like it. Yeah, it's hard to get much else off of this other than just candy. It's good. I like it. Not something I normally go for, but it is a good flavor and somewhat nostalgic flavor to me. So I'll probably stick to that one as one of the ones I like. Let me go ahead and clear this thing out. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so that one didn't take as long to clear out, actually, surprisingly for some reason. I'm gonna put that bad boy back up away. And Chalice. This was Grail. I think I only had one Chalice, didn't I? I got quite a few doubles in there, but I only got one of the Chalice. Alright, hopefully it's pretty good. Here we go. That one's good. Kind of like a punch. That definitely is like a punch. I get a little bit of like a lemon off of it. Very sweet. I would I would say it reminds me a lot of, I used to do punches where you obviously get like the fruit punch in there. I think it tastes more like the green punch than the red punch. Um, if you've ever had that. Hawaiian Punch, for those who haven't had it before, comes in two color variations with multiple fruit flavors within each one. There's the red punch, which is, it's fucking red punch, fruit punch. The other one is like a kiwi and I think like strawberry and stuff like that. I don't really, I guess there might be a little bit of a strawberry flavor to it. If there is, it's very subtle. Definitely has the kind of lemony kind of flavor to it of like the green punch. It's good. I like it. Yeah, that one's going to go in one of my drippers for sure. I like that one. Um, yeah. All right. I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. I think I pretty much cover that flavor as best as I can. It really does. It tastes quite a bit like the green punch from Hawaiian Punch. Maybe like as one of the Gatorades. I'm not sure which one. The green one has this kind of flavor to it, but it's definitely not as pronounced and as bitter as that would be. So it's hard to justify that comparison. Clearing it out now. All right, that's all cleared out. A little bit of vapor over here. That was the chalice. I'm not sure if I really pointed this out with the stuff that came with ZampleBox. They actually had a card. I think it was the same one that had the share whatever stuff on it. Here it is. I've got a couple vape drawers in my desk. It actually has a place on there for you to say which ones are your favorites. I might actually have to use this. I don't know if you're supposed to send it back or what you're supposed to do once you've picked your favorites. But I think that last one he did, Grail's, so far one of my favorites. I'll have to put that on there for myself if nobody else. This one is Clouds Over Seattle. Oh, it's the Fremont Troll, the one that I wasn't quite sure about. I know this one had one of the funkier smells to it. I think that's the closet. My fiance did take a smell of it, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It smelled like a closet, but whatever. All right. Give that one a little bit of a time to move around in my atomizer. Oh gosh. Well, what doesn't taste like a closet? It's kind of a butterscotch flavor. When I was young, I don't know if they still make these. Obviously, my mom used to pack my lunch for me, as I'm sure many children's parents did for them when they were very young. They had these butterscotch flavored fruit roll-ups. Did I say that right? Fruit roll-up. I really used to like those. They were in my lunch boxes all the time when I was in like elementary school. It tastes a lot like, what are those? It's a lot sweeter tasting than it smelled like, surprisingly. Normally you can pick up the sweetness when you smell these different juices. It's very good. Surprisingly, it's actually very good. It's still along the more subtle side of the flavors. That's not always necessarily a bad thing. I'd rather have something a little more subtle than something completely in your face and explosive, unless the flavor's really, really amazing. It's good though. Definitely has a flavor of butterscotch to me, at least. Not much more else to say. It doesn't really have any complexity to it that I can notice where it's like multiple flavors as much. So I'm going to clear this out and go on to the next. All right, that one's all cleared out. I'm going to move on to the next one. This is the other one from Alpha that I got. Oh god, it's that name I don't know how to say. We're going to say Mancho. From now on, you are now Mancho. If I'm saying it wrong, too bad! Get this one in there. I could smell it as soon as I pulled off the top. This is the one that's very, very, very fruity, like fresh fruit smelling. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that this one smells like it, that it tastes like it smells. Not smells like it tastes. I guess either direction, as long as it works out right. Let's try it. It does. Very fruity. It's a lot more sweet than I was expecting, though. You can taste the artificial sweetener part of it, which is kind of a buzzkill to what the rest of the flavor does. It's very good. It's definitely very, very good. That one's going to be one of my favorites. It's got that kind of edge of where you've just sat there and cut like kiwi and strawberry. It definitely has something more to it, like a star fruit, like that almost. I don't know if you've ever had star fruit. It's almost got a citrusy, almost slight hint of celery to it. Not, I don't know how best to say, because celery has a kind of crispness to it that star fruit has. If I were to say anything, I would say it's very almost like a kiwi and starfruit kind of flavor to it. If it is kiwi, it's not a very pronounced, not very sweet as kiwi tends to be, but it's really good. I'll probably have to break out one of the other atomizers and throw this on there when I get done, because this one's really good. This one's gonna be, that's a favorite right there. It's strange, the extra sweetness that I was mentioning, the kind of artificial sweetness to it, almost takes it to the level of like a bubble gum. I'm not sure which one. I went through so many bubble gums when I was young. There used to be one that was, it was like multicolored, not the fruit stripe, but it was like lighter, always a lighter color on the outside and a darker color on the inside. It was very juicy when you'd bite into it. It tastes like one of those. I'm going to have to figure out what that was called, because that's what the sweetness reminds me of a lot of. Yeah, I'm going to have to use that on something else immediately. ASAP! Alright, go ahead and clear this bad boy out. I've got four more actually to talk about. Let me move this one back over here to the end. Alright, clearing it out. Alright, all clear. Going on to the next one, which is the Midgard Beowulf. I know this one had a good smell to it. I think it was the Nine Worlds I didn't like. Oh yeah. Okay. That's the peanut brittle smelling one. I'm really hoping it tastes like it. I probably won't be that lucky. I will say, ZampleBox, you folks, you sent me a pretty good selection here. So far, there's none of them that I went, oh, that's pretty nasty. I've been through a lot of vape shops that make their own stuff and tried at their vape bars and whatnot, and had a lot that tasted just bad to me. So far, so good. Everything's been really good. All right, so Beowulf, let's do it. Yeah. It tastes like a peanut brittle, but it's got another kind of flavor to it. I'm gonna have to try to place it. Very nutty. It tastes very, very nutty, but like a roasted nut of some kind. That one, oh god, it's very roasted nut. There's a roasted nut. I don't know what nut I am tasting. I don't eat a lot of nuts usually. During the holidays, I might have been, but it tastes like acorn. I think that's an acorn flavor, definitely. It has a little bit of the brittle kind of flavor to it, but not like what it smelled like. It's not sweet. This is not sweet at all. If anything, I would almost put this towards the direction of savory a little bit. I swear that's got to be like a acorn. Definitely good for the time of year for the Christmas season. I don't know if a lot of you do this. I always grew up getting the bags of the mixed nuts, the almonds, the walnuts, the acorns, things like that. I would say it has a little bit of a walnutty flavor to it, but it definitely has that aftertaste of the acorns, and I ate a lot of the acorns when I was younger, more because nobody else in the house would eat them than anything. Very good. I like it. It's different. I've never had a juice like that before, so I like that one. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this one out though, so we can move on to the next. All right, I'm back. That one actually took a little bit longer to clear out. That nutty flavor was really stuck in there. All right, so that was. Let me make sure I got these right. That was Beowulf, right? Put that back up here, and we're good. We're going on to Clouds Over Seattle. This is Jumping in Puddles. Something worth noting, I know I'm going to be doing a few jump cuts in there, but it might be worth actually showing this part. Unfortunately, that if you've ever had this happen, sometimes the lids will end up holding some of the juice, and it seems to actually be leaking around the dripper at the top a little bit too. That particular lid was not good. Kind of was dripping down my hand, even though I was holding it like this. So something to keep in mind. Some of these may not be of the greatest quality. All right, so I got some in the dripper. Should have had plenty of time now. Jumping in puddles. I have no idea. Oh, God. It's a juice. It's not sweet at all. It's not fruity. It's not sweet. I mean, I want to say that's in the direction of savory, just kind of based on the taste. It's got almost a little saltiness to it, but I have no idea what they were going for. I'm sorry, Clouds Over Seattle. If you guys want to put down somewhere, not that you'll ever see the video, but if you happen to come across this, feel free to put in your comments, or if anybody else has vaped this, go ahead and put down in the comments what you think this is. I want to say it's hard to say this after having just had one that was nutty, if it's just reactivated some of that flavor, and that's what I'm getting. These usually don't have much crossover, which is why I'm using them. I want to say there's almost a little bit of nuttiness to it, but it's definitely not like the last one. I swear it's got a little bit of saltiness to it, but it's not sweet. It's not a fruit. It's not like a true savory, like, where you get like roast beef or pizza or anything crazy like that, or a gravy or a mashed potato. It's nothing like that. It's not a flavor I'm familiar with. Whatever it is, it's not something I know to place it. It's something outside of my realm. So, I would say, with, basing on that, is it something I like? I don't think so. I don't mind something I've never had before. I like to order strange things off of menus at restaurants, but that one, even within mind that I don't mind a strange flavor, it's not really a good flavor. So that one's not going to be on my list, and might I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with that one. That's probably going to go on my wall of shame, which I do have a few flavors of. Moving on to, well, actually, shit, I got to clear this bad boy. I'm probably just going to blow it out. I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back. I might have a little tear coming down. I cleared that one pretty bad, to the point that I was pretty much just vaping the coil for a second there. Obviously, I wasn't inhaling at that point, but oh god, that was a bad taste. All right, let's see if I can get a good taste now. Moving along, this is going to be another Midgar. Oh, this was the Nine Worlds. I hope this isn't the one that I thought smelled like an animal. Oh, well, whatever it smells like. I don't remember what it smelled like to begin with to me, but airing it out, it definitely doesn't smell bad, so that's a good thing. Okay, the lid's in good shape. That, of course, the one flavor I didn't particularly like also had the kind of funky lid, and that might have actually added to it. I'm just the way it was kind of leaking out there. I mean, it wasn't that the bottle was overly full and just saturated the top of the lid. I think it was actually leaking out a little bit, and it might have had a bad seal, and that might have added to the bad flavor. Or no, not bad flavor. I don't want to say it was a bad flavor. That's not fair, because I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't like it. All right, so Nine Worlds. That's almost like a vegetable. Mm. I think this is one of those. I did select, like ones that you could say you like. On the ZampleBox site, I think this falls under one of those oddball ones. There was ones that were like almost sensation type, where you wanted almost like places or something. This one is like a field of flowers, if that makes sense. If you've ever tasted a field of flowers, it's got I think that's what I was thinking was kind of vegetable-y. It's greenery. It's got, and you don't taste it as much as you smell it coming out, but it's very green, plant life, like a meadow or a field. I mean, that's the best I can place it as. Like if you were just chilling out, probably a good mood one. If you just want to chill out, turn on the black lights or something like that, and just hang out, listen to some music or something. That's probably a good one for you. Not something I've gone out of my way to buy before. But I did check it for a reason. I was curious. And this definitely seems to fall under that. And I think the name probably is a good representation of what I'm tasting. It just tastes like I'm out at the park or something. It's pretty good. I like it. It's something really different to me. So that's a pretty good one. I'll probably go ahead and enjoy this a little bit while I clear it out. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, and I'm back. Go ahead and put my atomizer back on there, but the last flavor I really don't have a reason to put into the bridged atomizer because it's actually on my main, my daily vape here. It's the source code Purple Potion, and I'm not sure if I actually said the name brands of everything I was vaping or just the actual flavor names. I apologize if I didn't say all the brands. I did intend to. I'm going to go ahead and put a couple extra drops in here because I'm not sure how wet it is, and never hurts to put a little extra in there. I don't tend to have any leaking with this particular atomizer. So this is going to be the Purple Potion. I'm using a Congestus with the Infinity CLT version 2 Plus. And actually, just for the sake of the giggles, this battery's fairly fresh, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it out for a fresh one. Make sure you don't put this with my fresh battery so I don't mix it up. I'll go ahead and throw a fresh one on there. These are 26 650s I'm vaping on, and a 0.5 ohm micro coil build. It's dual coil. Give you kind of an idea of what this is going to be coming off of. Airflow is about halfway closed off. People like to know these things, so just for those of you that care, for those of you that don't care, my bad. Here we go. So far, I've been enjoying the Purple Potion. It's one of those that the odor of it, not just from the juice, but if you like to have your vapor come out of your nose a bit, which I do tend to do to some degree, definitely has a very, very Kool-Aid kind of smell to it. The flavor's a little more bitter. Like I think I said at the beginning, it's kind of like Kool-Aid that doesn't have enough sugar in it. I would put it with, and something like a Gatorade. It might actually be a better representation of it. What exact flavor it has, it's hard to tell. It's definitely got a kind of a fruity, but it's such a generic fruity flavor. This is one of the reasons I don't like things like Kool-Aid is you can hardly tell the difference between some of the flavors. I mean, there's a huge difference between maybe red and like a lemonade version of it, but a lot of the other flavors, the blues, the purples and stuff kind of mix to me. Definitely not like the green or a yellow version. It's not that citrusy kind of flavor, but and it does say Purple Potion, so maybe it is going for like the grape kind of flavor. But if it is, I can't say that's what it is. It doesn't taste like that to me, but it's decent. It's not bad at all. I'll go ahead and vape a little bit more. I had a little bit running down the side there. My hands are getting a little dirty from opening all those juice bottles. So I just had it all over the sides. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take another hit off of this. It's kind of weird when I switch between juices. I've got quite a few different juices here. I've built some up over the last couple months where I buy up several flavors, and I don't always vape them until they're empty so that I can come back to them, especially if I like them a lot. I try to save them for later down the road, maybe to share or something like that. So I've got a mix of different PG, VG mixes and different nicotine levels. This one, of course, being from this dripper box, it is a 80-20 with 3 milligrams, and they all should be right around there. Some of them don't have it labeled, so I can't swear by that. Very wet, very, very wet. I'm not always used to that wet, so it's almost chokes you a little bit, and you don't make the mistake of trying to talk while you're exhaling like I've done, because you damn near drown in it. But it's very good. I gotta say, I like it actually more than I thought I would. But I've been vaping on it almost exclusively for the past couple days here, so that's why the bottle's about halfway empty. The only other thing I've been vaping the last couple days is not something that came from the ZampleBox, and we'll go over that another time. I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to hit. I apologize if this is a little rambly, and I keep looking down over here at all this stuff I've got in front of me, but I got a whole lot of extra juices. I'm just kind of looking at them like, what the hell am I going to do with these over the next month until I get this next sample box? But thanks for joining me, and keep it real, and happy vaping to you.